Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to LDUBB Boxing. We back with another one. So this one we're gonna recap yesterday's fights, and then we're gonna talk about what's next and all that good stuff. Also, I got a couple of topics I want to jump into, and just get my perspective on that. But before I do that, what I'm saying, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you haven't, what I'm saying, feel free to join to the conversation. It's all good. Um, for those watching on the playback, I'm gonna drop the timestamp in my description box. What I'm saying, with every topic, so you can go straight to it if you feel the need to do that. So that's how we rocking though. So we're gonna get to it for sure. Bruce Gas in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So first one, we're gonna touch on yesterday's heavyweight bout, Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. What I'm saying, it was a nice performance by Tyson Fury. Real talk. I mean, he dominated the whole fight, boxing, and he wasn't letting. He shut down that left hook from Dillian Whyte that he was trying to do. He even shut down the dirty tactics. So he really did everything, all boxing. Then he set him up nice with that right uppercut to put him to sleep or stop him. So that was nice, what I'm saying? He is the best heavyweight right now, so there's no debating that, I don't think. I think Usyk and AJ may want to throw their name in the hat, but I think it's Tyson Fury. There's some guys I think that can give him a decent bump. I think Joyce gave him a decent run. I think attacking Anthony Joshua would get him a run. The one that's not trying to box, the one that's trying to bang with you, fight on the inside, throwing uppercuts. I think that AJ can give him some problems, and of course Usyk. So I think it is still work for him to do. But I understand he's talking about he want to retire. We can never take. Sometimes we take what Tyson Fury say with a grain of salt. Like he could say he retiring today, and then tomorrow he got a fight schedule. So I thought he would look sharp though in the fight, and I think him coming off the the fight with with Deontay Wilder in October, then coming right back in April, that may have helped him. You know what I'm saying, with the timing and stuff like that. So a good performance by him. We're gonna see what he do. CBP Junior in the building. Salute to you, bro. Salute. So we're gonna see. I mean, if he gonna retire like he said he's gonna retire, he just go ahead and vacate the WBC, and then let's get the next two guys up. Now I'm just gonna segue to that. Now, if he do vacate, now this is what I see, but I could be wrong. This fight right here got announced. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to go July, so bank it in for like July the 2nd. BT Sport. You know what I'm saying? But this got announced during the broadcast. Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker. They number two and number three. Number one is Deontay Wilder. It's up in the air if he's going to come back. You know what I'm saying? He probably not coming back. So if he is coming back, he'll face maybe the winner of this. If he's not coming back and Tyson Fury, let's say he vacates the title like next week, you never know. He unpredictable. Let's say he vacates, then you'll probably see Joe Joyce versus Parker for the vacant WBC because they the two highest rated guys, and we don't know the status on Deontay Wilder. So that's why I'm saying that even though he's at number one, they might just he'll probably just tell him he good right now. You know what I'm saying? But Joe Joyce and Joe Parker, that's a good fight though. They the number one and number two in the WBO. Joe Joyce is the mandatory in the WBO. He got away his opportunity. So still, this is a good fight because looking at the landscape of heavyweight division, you need the next best guys to fight each other. And we already got the top guys busy and stuff like that. So I'm cool with it. So, what I'm saying? Tap in June 2nd. You probably see that fight. Opulent LD in the building. Salute to you, bro. What's good with you? The Jab Jamboree in the building. Salute. Salute to you. Storm B Man in the building. Salute. What's good? So I like this fight though. I think Joe Parker, I like him to be more aggressive in this fight. He gonna have the speed advantage as far as hand speed when he actually let him go, and maybe maybe have a little bit. He can get his timing together. The time Joe Joyce, who was plotting, comes in, but he's elite with his with what he do. He's elite with it. I think he got the best jab in the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? His jab ain't like his other punches, wide and looping. That jab is straight. His footwork gets him to the target. And Joe Joyce, he been out the ring for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I know he coming off a wrist injury, and we'll see. But I pretty much I like this fight. This is basically an eliminator for the next world champion because, like I said, WBO, and if Tyson Fury do vacate the WBC, I see these two guys fighting for the vacant title. So we're gonna see. Y'all be in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Says salute to the chat family. Salute. Yes, sir. So we're gonna see though. We're gonna see. All right. So this one, this is the big one right here. Um Earl Spence Jr. versus Terrence Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying, for the undisputed. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with it. I know they negotiating. There's some stuff that haven't really been cleared up with this fight right here. But it gives us hope because both guys are talking like they want to fight, but still got to get made though. We're gonna see. OTB in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. EJ in the building. Salute to you. He has a great resume for 13-0. Yeah, it's time for him to get the ball moving. I think he's 36, 37. I like Joe Joyce. W underscore right side in the building. Salute. So yeah, it's a lot. I know it's a lot of stuff they got to get done. It's a lot of stuff out there floating around. September the 17th. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other stuff. That right there, I had to address that because people hit me up behind the scenes and want to know what I heard. So I'm gonna put it out. I never put it. I put it out behind the scenes, but I don't put it out here like that on live on wax. But September 17th, that's a no go. To me, that's I laughed when I heard that because that's Canelo's date. Now we know Canelo facing Bivol next week coming up, and we know he got Triple G. Now that fight already solidified. It don't make sense for have two big fights on the same day. That's dumb. You got one already solidified. These guys gonna they'll take another day for that. Like, and I know this is a bigger fight than Triple G, but Triple G fight is still big. That I can argue with anybody in here that say the Triple G fight is bigger. But I'm gonna stick to because I want to see this fight more because I already seen Canelo Triple G. But I can argue the point because more casuals is going to tune in to Triple G and Canelo than they will for Bud and Spence. They don't even think Bud and Spence can sell like that. Two black fighters, undisputed. They ain't even really committed to that, but they don't want to disrespect nobody in the process of making this fight. Triple G Canelo, they bring out the casual fans for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I can argue that, but that's not my place. My thing is them guys fighting on the same day don't make no sense. That may be something I don't know. I don't know where that came from, but I doubt it. But if this fight going to happen, I see some possibilities to happen this year and happen next. Um, I can see, I can see August, yo. Like real talk. You want to schedule these dates around what Canelo doing. That's just the nature of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna see me going live too much. If I was, it wouldn't make sense for me to go live the same time somebody that got 100,000 subscribers. Like we go neck and neck. That's what I'm saying. It don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to do that. So I'm thinking do it a month apart. Normally, if you look at how these pay per views been working, it's been a month apart. Even last year, originally we supposed to have Wilder versus Fury. That supposed to have been July 24th. Got postponed. Went to October. And then let's say we still had June 24th. You had Spence and Pacquiao. That was going to happen August the 21st. That didn't happen. We got Ugas. We already know. You know what I'm saying? September, we didn't even have a pay per view. Canelo, he was going to do it in September, but he pushed it back. They had negotiations with Caleb Plant, this and the third. So still, even though we had stuff getting pushed back, you had a pay per view in October, Wilder Fury 3. Then you had November 6th, you had Canelo and Plant, and then December 5th, you had Tank. They're gonna do it a month apart. So that's just kind of funny when I heard that they're gonna take Canelo's date, especially if he wins. So because if the information got put out based on Canelo winning, I haven't heard nobody saying Canelo gonna lose to Bivol. I heard people saying they want to see Canelo fight guys like Charlo and Benavidez, and instead of fighting the guys he just fought, that little run, they're rather see him fight guys like that. But they never said they think those guys will beat him. You know what I'm saying? So when you base that off the fact that Canelo, predicting him to win May 7th, and we already know September 17th is locked in for Triple G that just won, and then we're gonna put this. That just don't make no sense. So I just want to clear that up because people come to me. A lot of people come to me for make sure I'm on point, make sure shit is right, and I want to make sure I provide that. So that's my point of doing that. But That's the fight that we all need as boxing fans for sure. Um, he said, "Does Frank Martin has a date and month yet?" Man, I'm not sure, man. I keep hearing it, but we're gonna see. I haven't nothing came out to me, so we're gonna see. Salute to you. But far as the fight, man, this to me, it can go either way. You know what I'm saying? I see avenues of Spence winning the fight. You know what I'm saying? And but both ways, it's just a flip flop type of thing, and that's what we want as fans because nobody's really sure who's going to win, and we support who we want to support. I think something key to the fight that's going to have to happen. You know, Bud gonna have to slow down that train. The first couple of rounds, them guys may be looking at each other and saying what's working and what's not gonna work. But after the sixth round, Spence is coming downhill. So you got this big ass train coming down the hill. They're throwing a lot of punches, gonna outwork you, dig into the body. He's gonna make you fight. He's not gonna allow you to clinch. So that's something Bud gonna have to deal with. Now I know Bud like to fight and sit there and trade. He have issues with pulling straight back with his hands down. That's gonna be an issue if Spence stepping with him. Spence get hit too. He been in the pocket, get touched too. I think Bud is a bigger puncher, but I think Spence is a more thudding and he may be the more devastating puncher, especially over the duration of a fight. Both guys can box. Both guys can use lateral movement when they need to, when it's called for. But the way their styles are right now, this looking like a classic. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, yeah, my man says a true 50-50. And I agree with that. That's why I want to see the fight. All the other shenanigans behind it, it's really nothing to it because this fight was never offered for neither guy. Either way, this fight was never offered. The A side never offered the B side. The B side never offered the A side. So all the other stuff in between is like hyping up a fight or turn down the fighter. So one way or another, on both ways. I hear it and see it on both sides. But yeah. Now this is the time right here. Now speaking on mandatories, I'm gonna start with Bud first. He don't have a mandatory right now. His next mandatory is not due to May 2023. WO mandatory super champion rights 18 months after he defeated Sean Porter. So he got a year and 6 months to make a WO mandatory. So he's in the clear. Um, Earl Spence got 3 belts. Now he got one mandatory right now. That's the WBA. That's among Stanionis, the regular champion. The WBA want to consolidate their belts. I was on a conference call with Stanionis last week, and he basically saying that he's willing to step aside again, like he did for the Ugas fight. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. And plus, he's with Pro Bellum. So there's some issues gonna have to get worked out. Y'all know what's going on with the Daniel Kinahan situation. So I know, uh, you know, going forward, we're gonna have to they're gonna have to identify what's what and what's going on. I know he got Shelly Finkel and Richard Schaefer. He's been with those guys his whole career. So maybe that's not a big issue, but it's still something that you have to look at. And I can see Stan Jones on that undercard. So I think that WBA situation is cleared up. WBC, he don't have a mandatory. And the IBF, now he's going to get one after May 14th with Boots and Clayton, but that may not be called until another year or 9 months down the road. So there's nothing political stopping that far as sanctioned body. So that's one way. The thing getting this fight down, we got to see what PBC. If PBC gonna offer Bud something, I heard 2 fight deal, go straight to Spence, and then maybe do a fight in between. Uh, Keith Thurman. We see Keith Thurman came in number 4 in the WBO rankings. I mean, that's a possibility. So they still got to work through that. So nothing is finalized and done. We're just talking about it. They said Crawford had problems fighting technical and fundamental fighters. I mean, I think he has problems. To me, with the slow start, and then he can get hit. What I'm saying? If you step with him, you can touch him. That's one thing I see. It's a lot of guys can give him problems, but the thing with him, he can adjust better than most guys and basically everybody that he's been in the ring with. And the people he fought at welterweight is really not too out of the reach of what Spence fought and his, as become a champion and then so on and so forth. So it's really not that like overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, if you step with Bud and if you're not ready to adjust with when he adjusts, it's gonna be a problem. That's when he normally take over. Spence do something similar, but he wear you down. The way he do it, he wear you down, and his work rate is crazy. He land the most punches in the welterweight division. He throw the most. You know, he was on his way well over 1,000 punches. I think he was like 280, 284 when the fight got stopped. So he was well on his way. Two more rounds, he probably could have hit 1,000, at least coming close to it. So yeah, it's real interesting, man. Spence hit you with those shots. You have to carry through the rounds. Yeah, he's a very thudding puncher, and I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said he gonna have to some way kind of derail that train because once it gets started, I ain't seen nobody deal with it, and it's good reason that Bud can't deal with it. We're gonna see. That's the whole thing of it. I don't see Bud winning a decision. I definitely see that. I definitely see him winning a decision. It just depends you know, how he can navigate these rounds. Because he gonna have to stop it. If he can't stop it, then of course it's gonna be a wrap. But I think he can. I think he'll sit there with him and bang with him. He's a bigger puncher. I think he's a bigger puncher. You know, so he has that. It's not like Spence can't get touched. So that's the thing. I think he can win a decision. I think he can use his versatility as a boxer too. I mean, he did it early in the fight against Jeff Horn. He did it in some stretches in the Porter fight where he used his lateral movement and boxed a little bit just to try to get his range and distance. I mean, his fights he did it against Jose Benavidez, even though because Benavidez was a stationary target, but he moved a little bit until he can be able to get close to him. So yeah, he can do that, and Spence can do the same thing. But it depends. I see Spence being the attacker and making Bud fight with him. That's what I think he want to do. I think he's more comfortable in that role, and Bud more comfortable at range. He don't like to fight on the inside like that, so he gonna try to clinch and all that. I don't think that I don't know. We're gonna see if he's strong enough to hold Spence in the clinch. Nobody else been able to do it. So yeah, it's interesting though. But I think he can win a decision. I think he definitely can. But it's like he ain't dominating though. He might have to uh, steal some crumbs along the way. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna have to fight Spence. That's what I see. He gonna have to fight him. He said technique and shortened punches from Crawford will give him problems. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. That's not good to sit with Spence. I mean, it can be if he's the bigger puncher. It can be. It can be. I mean, he's not invincible. You know what I'm saying? He's not invincible. He get touched too. The thing is can you withstand his shit that he's coming with? That's the only thing with it. And these guys prove that they haven't. So that's why I can see a good cause where you can say, well, maybe Bud can't. But he get touched. It ain't like he don't get touched. I mean, if you give Bud some of those shots, we'll see what happens. I still think Spence. I think Spence got he got a good ass chin for sure, and I think he'll make adjustments as well. That's a good thing about it. It's not just one person making adjustments. I think Spence can make it too. He said that man Earl, not something you fight toe to toe. Now I don't think you fight him toe to toe like the whole fight, but you can have spots. You definitely can have spots in the fight where you can sit there toe to toe. So we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? London runs boxing in the building. What's good, bro? He said what's good, bro? Who you think takes the better punch? I think Spence actually take the better punch. I think he do. But I don't think Bud is too far behind him though. I ain't really. I think Bud got dropped in Kavaliauskas fight. He didn't get. They didn't call it. Um, you gotta go all the way back to. We gotta go all the way back to 135. Him getting clipped by Gamboa. I mean, if you want to use that, but I mean, I think Spence may have the better chin, but not like crazy. It's not like Bud don't have no chin. So I'll probably give that to Spence. He said, hell yeah, he get hit too much, especially in the Ugas fight. Yeah, I mean, he was getting touched up in that fight early. It was just crazy how dominant he was after the sixth round. We kind of lose sight on how competitive that. I had that fight 3-3 after six, bro. I gave Ugas 1, 3, and 6. That's me. You know what I'm saying? But 7 through 10 was so dominant, like this throw my damn scorecard away, right? So yeah, those rounds was competitive. That's why I was saying. That's when Spence started to build up momentum. Actually, he started build up momentum, and once he get in the second half of the fight, it's like, how you gonna stop that train? You can't throw no rock at it. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna derail the train? I don't know. He said, "Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, we're gonna see though." So yeah, man, we're just waiting on the good thing about this, any negotiation in boxing, once the shit start get quiet, that's a good indication. Like real talk. When we started to talk about it, people going back and forth and whatever, and every negotiation move is in the public, then you know what I'm saying. He said, "Man, damn, let's get it." Yeah, I can't wait to see that fight. It's gonna be a good one. Um, so once it started to get quiet and die down, I think that's when you know something's cooking. Something already cooking anyway. You know what I'm saying? I believe both guys want to fight, and I think they always wanted to fight. You know, it's just it's about being in the right position to make it and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're gonna see. He said from the body. Yeah, we're gonna see, man. Spence is nice as hell though. I ain't taking nothing away from him. Y'all see, I ain't took nothing. I got Bud winning the fight, close, 7-5. I've been saying this forever. I feel like whoever wins 2, 3 rounds in a row gonna win the fight. You know what I'm saying? I see the fight being even and somebody that's taking 2 rounds down the stretch and winning the championship round. That's how I see it. But I ain't changed my position. But I do know that this is a tough ass matchup with Spence. I know that. So it's a little different. You know, if you support one guy, that don't mean you have to hate the other one because I that's not me. Um, and we get like I'm not no I know I'm a Bud supporter, whatever. Ain't no fanboy. I'm a supporter of the sport. I like what Spence brings to the table. I was the first one saying I'm glad he back in the sport because we need the best fighters in the sport. So if you listen to my content like that, y'all heard me say that shit before. Having the best fighters active in the sport, we need that. You know what I'm saying? So it was never nothing like that. So it's just crazy getting lumped in with that shit because they call them the Bud sexuals, the Bud whatever. So that means everybody who rock with Bud, who picking him to win, they got in that same mindset. So when people say where the Bud fans at, blah, blah, whatever, talking this stuff, whatever, I want to know what they at too because my mindset ain't like that shit they talking about. So they're gonna have to start saying names. You know what I'm saying? Whoever boxing, whoever their name is, last name boxing, put their name out there so I can identify who's not in the pot because everybody get thrown in like when it's like this when the shit's so divided, yo. If you think Bud gonna win, yo, you a Spence hater, nah, because I never said the Spence duck the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? I knew what time it was. That whole first time they met, that told you everything. I was like, all right, cool. But now we here though. So all that shit, we can still talk about it, but it really I'd rather talk about the breakdown of the fight, but I'm ready for it for sure. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know who those Bud fans or whatever, where they at. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's tearing down the fight. Cause that's one thing I never do. I never tear down a fighter or the fighter. He said I intended to be there in the flesh that fight. Yeah, that shit gonna be crazy. Yeah, I dropped one. Give me 1 second. I dropped one. He said, "How do you like the Bivol fight?" I like it. I like Canelo in the fight. I think Bivol can cause some problems with his boxing and stuff like that. Um, we're gonna have to see. I don't think he's gonna be. I want to see if we're gonna come there and try to win the fight. And that's cool to box with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can box with him, but are you gonna come to win? That's the thing right there. A lot of these guys gonna be coming to win. They just there just to box and I won 3 or 4 rounds. Nah, what you gonna do down the stretch? I got love for both, but more. Oh yeah, no doubt, man. That's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. Big difference between real, but oh yeah. But I never even heard of him. Like real talk. The only one I know of is Bernie. And he on the team. Like real talk. I don't even know him. That's why you got pointed out. because I don't know, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah, I just definitely want to see this fight. I know everybody want to see it too, and I think it's time to make it. Um, but yeah, we're gonna touch on some more stuff. So I want to touch on this topic too because this one right here is definitely blown out of proportion on some dumb shit. So we're gonna clear it up for sure because I get asked about this as well. So yeah, let's clear it up. So Bud, they seen this picture and they seen another picture with Bud at the SNAC headquarters and stuff like that. First things first, he been with SNAC for a couple of fights. I know definitely for the Porter fight. So that right there is really not even an issue. That's one. And then for two, you know, it's crazy that this narrative is he needs SNAC so he gets stronger for Spence. But he had SNAC against Porter and he couldn't get out. He was holding and grabbing Porter. you know, he was holding and grabbing Porter and couldn't keep him off of him until somebody told him in the crowd, "Yo, bro, you down?" You know what I'm saying? So I don't get that. So I have to clear it up. I don't think it's nothing about that. That shouldn't be the narrative that he need them for this particular fight. This right here is about Victor Conte throwing shade and salt on Spence and Ugas not taking Vada, which they was taking Vada, but he wanted to put his nose in the business in a fight that he don't got nothing to do with. Now, Ugas strength and condition coach is Memo Heredia. That's an enemy of his. So that may be something too, or maybe he just don't believe in. I don't know, but I get the optics of it because Bud and Spence is on the collision course, right? You take a picture with the ops. you know what I'm saying? I get that. But I don't get the part that he need them to fight to get strong for Spence. But I seen him doing a lot of holding the inside with Porter and stuff like that. And he wasn't really keeping Porter off of him until he started to use lateral movement to get his distance. you know what I'm saying? Some people don't know or don't believe he can do that. So um yeah, man, it's crazy to me. I think you should get at Victor Conte instead of getting at this situation. But then bring my boy in. What's good with you, bro? Salute to
L
you.
Dub, L Dub, what's good with you, bro? Salute,
Salute to you,
Ma-
bro.
man. You absolutely right about what you just said. Um, this is Victor Conte doing what Victor Conte does. He's making the snack program relevant. You know what I'm saying? As relevant as possible. Not saying that it's not relevant because you have a lot of boxers that use it. And it's funny to me when they say that Bud is going there to get stronger. You know what I'm saying for Arrow when with Devin Haney being in the program longer than Bud done been in the program, first thing they gonna tell me is he pillow fisted. You know what I'm saying? And so it's one of those things. I'm like, come on, man. And I done heard people even say, well, his Bud old school, his old school regiment, the way he was trained has been working. He need to stick with it. I'm like, so this man, when Earl kind of moved and changed trainers and things, you know what I'm saying, leaving Blu-ray, he went and found a different trainer. He wasn't criticized about it, which nor should he have been criticized about it. What you gonna criticize Bud for doing the same thing? I just don't. Sometimes it gets so one way, and mind you, I got Spence winning the fight. So far at this current moment, I got Spence winning the fight. But man, the thing that's being pushed is and it's narratives from both sides. The same way Victor Conte talking about, uh, um, the Spence not being enrolled in VADA and all those kind of things. It's all it's just causing confusion. That's all it's about. Is just to cause confusion, continue to divide the people, and the people continue to argue about nonsense. You know what I'm saying? When what we should really be doing is breaking down the fight as best as we can. You know what I'm saying? To see exactly how, or giving those reasons why we have that fighter winning.
Yes, sir. I agree. I want to salute a couple people came through the building. Mo Boxing in the building. Salute to you, bro. And the brother Scrapbook Boxing in the building. Salute to you, bro. Salute. Yeah, no, I agree with that too. I think it's just I guess it's this is our way in the new age to promote a fight where we can be building up these guys. These guys got hell of a stories. I think what they do in the ring is actually that's all the build up you really need to hear. We know one guy is a workhorse. You know what I'm saying? He's a tough guy going straight to the body, got good chin, He throws a lot of punches, and he's like he gets stronger as the fight goes on. That's Spence, and you got another guy who is a boxer puncher who can box, who can move, who can sit with you, but he also got a nice ring IQ and he can make adjustments. So that's more of the breakdown that I would like to hear because a lot of these guys like a lot of these guys in snack like sometimes it don't even do good for them. So I don't know. Go ahead, bro.
No, and the other thing, just think about this: we have two undefeated champions, one former undisputed champion, fighting for undisputed, both on the pound for pound on most people's pound for pound list. I mean, just the skill level to have all those attributes matching up with one another, man, that's a story in itself. The same way you were putting out, the things that they do in the ring, the accomplishments that they have, man, it's incredible. And this is a big fight. This is a huge fight, and it seems, and I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of like it because the same way I like to see boxers talk shit. You know what I'm saying? I like shit talking in boxing. That's what the sport is about. Any sport that you in, you're supposed to talk yours. My thing is when fan bases, it's to the point, like you said, you can't be on one side of the fence or the other. I can't say that I like Bud, I like Earl, I got EJ winning. Oh, you got EJ winning? Oh, you hate Bud? No, it ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the dynamic that we're in right now. And I think it's a good thing for the sport because it does bring those emotions out, but also it's a negative thing because at some point in time it becomes a little toxic as far as breaking these fighters down, and it stops being all necessarily about the fighter in the ring, and it becomes more personal. And that's the only thing I don't like about it. But outside of that, man, talk both sides. Talk as much as you're gonna talk. When Earl got in the ring and said, "I'm coming to get that MF belt," that's what I want to hear. When Bud got on Twitter and was like, "I'm being you and your chili," that's what I want to hear. I like that type of energy. It's just let's try not to get too personal about it, as far as the fans go.
Yeah, I feel you on that one for sure. Michael James 616 in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Op in LD, he got $100 bet with Scotty. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. He said Bud being paid for this advertisement. I don't understand the problem. Yeah. They did the same thing for Mikey. When Mikey was about to fight Spence. I think real talk, the way it seemed like to me, they trying to protect Spence. That's what it seemed like. And he don't need no protection. The dude can fight. I don't understand that. But when Mikey was going to fight Spence, he was already with SNAC, same scenario. And then they started saying, "Oh, he on this and he on that and this and that," and started going crazy. And I'm like, Spence don't need that. He got the advantage already. Dude coming up, he got the size, reach, height, everything advantage. Why he need people to throw that in the pot so we can start creating doubt about his victory? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Broadway Joel in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. King Mitch in the building. He said, "What up? What up with you, bro?" So that happens with anything though. Nothing new. But yeah, it do. Yeah, it's crazy. No, the thing with that though, he said Crawford is a hell of a fight. I got Spence winning the fight though. Oh yeah, no doubt, bro. I'm with that. The thing with it though, as content, do making content and whatever, and people coming to me asking me stuff. So they want to know if I'm 100. So they're asking some shit, and some people depend on my shit. So if you come say, Spence need this to get stronger. I'm like, where you hear that from? You know what I'm saying? Because that's not I don't know if that's the case, the be all end all case, because he been with, what I'm saying, this organization or company, whatever you want to call it. So, sometimes a lot of the fans get led down the wrong path, and they come to somebody that really in and out of the sport of boxing, really know what got the good grip on the sport of boxing, understand the pulse of boxing, and then you asking me that shit. I'm like, what? So then it's like I'm whoever you got it from. Now I'm criticizing them and calling whatever. No, that's not the case. It's just that's not what I heard, and that's not what I see. So that's what it is.
Now, and that's the thing. Just because, and we've seen a lot of times where multiple people have had different stories. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, just because you come out and say, "No, this is what I got on it," you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily shitting on anybody else. It's just saying, "Hey, your story versus what I'm hearing is two totally different things." In my opinion, I'm gonna just rock with the person that I've seen more results from. That's kind of how I would look at it. And so, not to discredit anybody, it's not really trying to discredit. It's the same thing, just trying to put information out. And so, I don't think it's discrediting anything when you do that or anybody else. We all have opinions. We all hear things, and it's just how we vet them, and the reliableness of them. So at the end of the day, if you do something like that, and you say you come out and that person said, "Well, I heard this," and you're like, "Well, I heard something different," and then you end up wrong, well, we're gonna be like, "Okay, well, maybe." What I'm saying, Elder, he missed one, but it's very few and far between that happens. So
Yeah, it's all good though when it happens. But as far as the date and the schedule, everything in, like boxing, really it
it's fluid.
depends. Yeah, but also it depends on when Canelo gonna make his move. Like a lot of the schedules that get announced and stuff like that, and these guys in and around the division, they ain't making no moves until Canelo. And if they do make a move, it's gonna be around his date. Like you got Benavidez fighting 2 weeks after Canelo, Andre fighting 2 weeks after. So all this shit is like a trickle down effect. You know what I'm saying? And even with Janovic at a lower scale because he's at 160, he fighting for the WBO interim. If Andre, he gotta make a decision if he's gonna campaign at 168. So if he's gonna campaign at 168, he must have got something to say. Oh, he got some inkling that maybe I can get the Canelo fight. So it still affects. So Canelo really, what I'm saying, he affecting the whole thing. So when he moved, then that's when all the other bigger fights can get made. That's just how it is. He's the cash cow, like it or not, whatever you want to say about him. So that's why I was tripping when I was like, September. They both gonna fight on September 17th. Triple G and Canelo and Bud and Spence. That's crazy. But hey, I want to see it happen. We can't. I don't want to hear nobody talk about no pay per view numbers because both of them might be is going to suffer. And that's not how boxing not going to shoot itself in the foot like that. We do it all the time on our own. But like that, so blatant, where you can go a month prior or a month after. So that was just my whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
and that's understanding the promotional brands, the dynamics of the sport. You know what I'm saying? The business of the sport. So now I can definitely see that. And like you say, Canelo right now is the face of boxing. It is what it is. He don't do the biggest numbers, so you do have to kind of plan your stuff to make sure you're not in conflicting, or you're not conflicting with his schedule, so you are able to get some of your bigger numbers. I understand that.
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to. Hey, I want it to be in August.
Me
Make it
too.
make it as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I, I'm one of the, I don't know, probably one of the few, but I'm hoping this might end up being a trilogy fight. You know what I'm saying? And even if the last fight happened at 54, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Nope.
I
I
just,
want
this is, hey man, let's get it started. Let's get it started. Bud 35, Spence 32. I was listening to Bernie talk, and Bernie was saying, "Hey, Bud, he's still in his prime, baby. He a young fighter. He in his prime." I said, "All right, that's what I want to hear."
it.
So let's see it, man. And it's the best time. It couldn't happen at a better time.
Yep, I think this is a perfect timing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run through my Instagram real quick. I'm gonna do a screen share.
Okay.
Y'all feel free. Y'all can follow me on there too, as y'all do on here. Feel free to tap in. Twitter, of course, it's gonna scroll across the bottom, but just I'm gonna run through some news and stuff. And sometimes I be forgetting to put stuff. Whatever I put out, I just drop it on my Instagram, stuff like that. But yeah, let me tap in real quick. But yeah, it's you want to speak on this fight week coming up? We can touch on it. I'm cool with it.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm excited about the Shakur fight. I really am. I'm more excited to see Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, man. I think it's gonna be a great fight. Um, man, I don't know. I have Serrano winning just because of her power, but man, Katie Taylor throws so many punches. Like in this fight, it's gonna be who gets tired first and who get hit the hardest. That's how I kind of see it, because both of them are gonna get hit. Both of them are gonna come out throwing. It's gonna be a slugfest. That's what I think will happen, unless somebody go in and start making some adjustments. But the adjustments to be made is not suitable for those styles that they fight. And so I think it's just gonna be, can you beat me or can I beat you?
Yeah, with that, I think Katie's her in and out style, you know what I'm saying? I think she gonna give Amanda some problems early. I think she will. It's all about if she gonna get tired down the stretch. I seen, she don't like aggressive fighters. We seen her pretty soon fight. I think Amanda is more compact with her punches. You know what I'm saying? Like throwing those hooks to the body and you know what I'm saying, her jabs and stuff like that. And she can also box. So it's gonna be a good. I'm gonna see how she's gonna be cutting the ring off against Katie if she needs to. Now Katie will sit and bang with you, but a lot of her punches is like arm punches. She ain't sitting down with her. Pity pat getting up out of there. I think that's gonna be a key early. But I see Katie. I mean, I think her. I can see her getting tired down the stretch, and then Amanda coming on strong. It can be a close fight, bro.
Eh,
See.
My thing when Amanda Serrano go to that guard, that high guard, and she start to come forward, I just want to see how Katie Taylor. I mean, that in and out style is all good and well, but when you got a fighter coming forward the way Amanda Serrano is going to come forward, I, you're gonna start to get clipped with some of that in and out stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially the way she go to the body, and so like you say, those short compact punches. Oh man, my problem is I can see Katie Taylor winning rounds. You know what I'm saying? I can see her racking up rounds. I just don't know. Does she rack up seven or does she rack up 5 solid rounds to make it a draw, 6 rounds to win it? Did she do that?
I don't know. That's a good question. Like, if she like to sit there and fight too, and if she can't handle that power, which I don't think she can. Too, my man just said that she gonna be in a dogfight. Like,
Yeah.
is she gonna be disciplined enough to use her legs for a duration? She's slowing down. We watched her last couple of fights. She's still good. She's still great and all that good stuff, but she's slowing down just a tad. And Amanda is so relentless with her pressure. Now the thing is, Amanda ain't the biggest puncher at 135 as she is at featherweight. So that may
True.
be something, but she's still punching hard. Cause look at that girl's face the last fight. So it depends how you're looking at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, look, and I done heard even Clarissa Shields, you know, she was talking about Serrano's power, just the power that she had. She was like, she can crack, you know what I'm saying? And Clarissa Shields fight up at middleweight, you know. So I don't know. I don't like. I think it's gonna be a great fight, but I can't see Serrano not winning the fight.
Yeah, I think she'll win it. The undercard is nice too.
Am I
Now,
breaking up?
I can't forget about Franchon Cruz and Alien Celarus, undisputed too. That's gonna be another good fight, and both ladies' styles gonna match up real well. And that's a tough one. That could be a tougher fight for Franchon than expected, but I think she can win that one. You know what I'm saying? You familiar with them ladies?
I am. And I've seen Franchise Cruz fight, plenty of times. Um, the other lady, I've only seen her fight one time, and I can't remember. I don't even remember who she was fighting. She won, and it was on some undercard. I can't remember who it was. It was a good fight, but she's very skillful. Um, I I don't know. I just hadn't seen her enough to say that. And Franchise Cruz, in my opinion, is at one of the tops as far as women boxing goes. So I just can't see Franchise Cruz losing the fight. I think it could be a difficult fight, but I think she'll win pretty easily. I see her winning pretty easily.
Yeah, it's a good fight. I mean, Celaros is big and strong and solid. She throw a lot of straight punches and she got heavy hands. You know what I'm saying? That fight you probably talking about was Alicia Napoleon. She dropped her like in the second round of that fight, and then it was kind of back and forth after that. It was a
Yep.
it was a real
Uh,
close fight. But the thing is, she awkward. Can she be awkward enough to give Franchon some problems? Franchon, she got a big right hand, but sometimes she reach. You know what I'm saying? She overreach with her right hand. Sometimes she don't stay on the jab like she should. If she do all the stuff that she knows she can do, she'll probably win this fight going away. But Celarus is strong, like she's solid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if she's gonna be able to move her like she moved other girls. Like she was moving Carissa Shields in that fight. She was moving Cornejo, all the girls she fight except for the one that was cheating, she was moving them around the ring. So we'll see though. That's a fun fight. And then the undercard, my man said it's getting slept on. I think this is the best undercard of the night. Real talk. I know we got the other one, we got Keyshawn and everything, but this one, Jesse Vargas versus Leon Smith, that's a pretty good fight. those guys really fight. It's like a 50-50 matchup. And then we got Ammo versus Cordell Booker. That fight right there that's a fight where we're gonna see where Ammo is at. I know Cordell Booker, when he was fighting on PBC before he got injured, like he was a good boxer, punching, moving, and stuff like that. Since he got the Achilles injury, he's more so sitting in the pocket, you know what I'm saying, boxing, counter punching. So we're gonna see. I think he's gonna have to move a little bit, not be running, but kind of use some lateral movement that he used to use against Ammo, because you want to sit with Ammo, who is a strong, hungry fighter who's been active. Yeah, we're gonna see, but that's a good undercard. And then you got the gold medalist, Galal Yufa. He's coming. He's coming over here. He's gonna face my man, Caragina. I forgot his first name, but the guy, he got a long amateur background as well. He got 6 losses, but he's a good boxer puncher. Trains out of Philly. You know what I'm saying, with Coach Rell and them, same camp as Tevin Farmer. So that's a good fight for him. And this is his second fight. He already trying to get in the top 10. He won a WC regional title his first fight in February. I'm talking about U5. So he's trying to move him fast. So that card is actually better than the Shakur Valdez card, top to bottom.
And this isn't this fight being put on by Jake Paul?
Yeah, he's like the co-promoter for this one.
With who? Do you know who with who?
He's no, he represented Amanda Serrano, but Matchroom is Matchroom's card, but he's working with Amanda. So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what's up though. But yeah, I'm gonna go through my timeline, man. See if I can remember some shit. Feel free to jump in anytime you want to. This one right here, Comey versus Jose Pedraza at 140. I just put this out today. Well, I got it from I think Dan Raphael. So salute to him. I seen on his joint. So this a good crossroads fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? For sure. We're gonna see what Comey got left. I think this is basically lose or go home type of shit. I know Pedraza coming off a loss with Ramirez, but shit, I still like this fight, man. What you think?
I like Pedraza to win the fight.
I do too.
I like the fight.
I do too.
Man, I don't know what Comey got, man. And then moving up to 140, you know what I'm saying? Comey he's always been able to crack, but he ain't never just been a great boxer. And Pedraza can box. Like I thought the Ramirez fight was a lot closer than it should have been. I thought Pedraza had a chance to win that fight, and so I don't know. I know I favor boxers over punchers, so that's usually kind of how I rock. But I don't know. Comey I don't think he has it anymore. I think this is, like you say, I think it's a go home fight for him, and especially moving up to 140. Pedraza done fought, man, he done fought damn near everybody at 140. And so I don't know if somebody moving up, and he always has a good performance, whether he wins or loses. You know what I'm saying? I think besides Tank, Ramirez, Crawford, who else Pedraza lost to? I feel like it's one more loss.
He lost to Zepeda, Tank, Zepeda, and Loma, and then he lost to Ramirez.
So my thing is now I think I like him. I think he's still a better boxer, and that in their last fights, man, Comey looked really bad, and I know it was against Lomachenko. That's the thing. He looked bad in that fight, though. I mean, he looked like he was in that fight just kind of to survive / hopefully throw a shot that catch Lomachenko. I didn't really see a good game plan from him. And only way he survived the fight because Lomachenko was like, "Hey, stop the fight," which I don't know why he did that. But I just don't like it I think it's gonna be pretty much it for Comey.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Yeah, they're supposed to do this in July, so we're gonna see. I'm just gonna run through some other stuff. Let me see. Oh, this the guy at 140, the IBF #1 contender. He just had a little tune-up fight, Jeremiah Ponce. So if Josh Taylor vacates his titles, like I'm expecting him to do, I got that on my thing too. I'm gonna get to that. Then he's going to face Sabrio Matisse for the vacant IBF. That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight.
Hey man, Matisse can hit, boy. That bang.
Yeah, this it right here. That Josh Taylor, Alberto Playo. So they ordered the fight. You know what I'm saying? TGB won the purse bid, $200K, You know what I'm saying? Nobody from Josh Taylor's team even bidded on the fight. So they got like I think they got like 20 days or 15 days to send the contracts in. So I think Josh Taylor's just stalling. And, he got the situation with MTK and all that shit, but Top Rank didn't bid on it. So I don't know. Maybe he out the loop, but everybody's expecting him to move up to 147. So it is what it is what it is. But I actually like this fight though. Well, let me go back to it. I actually like the fight though. Playo can fight, man. He a southpaw. He kind of remind me of Luis Ortiz, not the bigger puncher, but as far as how he's his timing. I don't know if you've seen him fight before, but he got some good timing, and he's always in a position to punch. He can box. He can sit there and bang with you. If you watch his last fight, he was sitting there with the guy. The guy was actually the bigger guy because he fought at 54 before in prior fights, and he was sitting down with him and banging and out banged them and really dominated the fight. So he's a tall southpaw as well. And when you look at it, Josh Taylor have his toughest fights with southpaws. Regis Prograis, Jack Catterall, and this one right here, I think you can give him some issues, but we may not see that happen though. So we'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I hadn't seen him fight. Uh, so I couldn't really say, but I was gonna say, like you said, those southpaws give Taylor hell, man, and like I think we all think he pretty much lost the Catterall fight. So yeah, it's about time for him to move up. When he moves up, I don't know what who do you say he would fight if he moves up the 47?
Oh, what I would do with Giovanni Santillan because he can't move up and get straight to the big what I'm saying, the big fighters. Like he ain't gonna get they gonna put him in with Booth, Ortiz, those guys. They're not gonna get the champions, what I'm saying, Spence and Bud. So I would put him in with Giovanni Santillan, 29-0. He just fought on Top Rank on the Michaela Miller undercard, got a seven round stoppage. He's a southpaw as well. So you're gonna have to if you're gonna fight the elite at 147, you're gonna have to deal with the southpaw anyway. And I think that's a fight that I think he'll still be the favorite. It's not an easy fight, but it's definitely not a what I'm saying. It's a fight where he can win and he's gonna get tested. So that's
Yeah.
what you want to do when you first introduce yourself to a division. You want to face a guy that's on the outskirts or maybe a fringe contender like and see what you can do with him. And it makes sense they both on top rank. So that's the name I put out, but it could be somebody else, you know what I'm saying? For sure. So we definitely gonna see. I don't know if you've seen this fight right here is pretty good. Butler, he outboxed Sultan, so he's the WBO interim champion. You know what I'm saying? Casemiro, he can't get right. So
Man, hold on. Let me ask,
yeah.
what happened with Casemiro? Because I know they said that he was, but right before he got thrown out the fight, pretty much like the week of or something, didn't he?
Yeah, it was well in December he was supposed to fight Butler, but he
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't gonna make the weight, so um he got pulled from the fight. So he had to prove to the WBO that he was legit. I think he had some type of ailment or something. He was sick, so he had to prove that. So they allowed him to keep his belt. So they rescheduled the fight for last Friday. So this time, this fight week, I guess in the UK, you can't use a sauna suit when you're trying to lose weight. So somebody snitched on him or told on him or something. So he
No,
was
he had. Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say he was recorded. He recorded himself or something, and put it on like Facebook or something
Okay,
crazy.
okay. So, but the thing was, he wasn't that far from making the weight. He wasn't like like in like 140 or some shit, 135. So
Right.
I don't know. It's kind of tricky, but he got a lot of serious allegations against him. You know what I'm saying, back in the Philippines. So I don't know. Maybe some karma in play. I don't know. But
Does he get? Does he get to keep the belt?
So that's what they're trying to figure out now. They still got him as a champion. They got Butler as an interim, but they said if he wasn't able to defend his title or make the weight or something. It's a little loophole in it what they said, but basically if he wasn't able to defend his title again, they're gonna strip him. They're gonna look to strip him. So I'm thinking they should go ahead and do that, man, because I don't know, it's crazy twice in a row, and then it's just crazy to me.
And I was talking to Rachel Donaire, and she was kind of kind of up in arms about it, and was like, because they were looking to fight him. You know what I'm saying? If he won this fight for that belt, and so it was interesting because she was like, she don't know what the hell gonna happen with kind of how things are going.
she kind of helped him get this fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah,
why she's probably, and that's why they probably wanted to fight. But Butler is a good fighter. He's a former world champion, and I guess if they elevate him, he'll be a 2-time champion. I mean, we're gonna see. I mean, why not? He can't get the winner between Donaire anyway. That's coming up. So
yeah.
it is what it is. I don't know if you've seen this one right here. This pound for pound list. Me personally, I'm not really big on pound for pound lists. I just appreciate that people actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so subjective and everybody got their own qualifications and whatever. But it's all good. I don't really care how it is, but I think just looking at it, eyeball, I don't know. It's some stuff I would change, but it's not for me to say. I'm just like when my posts say, I'm just glad to see Spence back though. Like seeing him, like what I'm saying, active in the sport. I think it brings so much to the sport. You know what I'm saying? When we have our stars active, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now I comment real quick, man. How is Lomachenko still on the pound for pound list, bro? How is he still there?
Yeah,
I don't
I,
get that. But
I with
but
that.
outside of that, I'll take anything else. I don't like heavyweights on the pound for pound list either. But now I'm looking. I'm gonna try to put one out too. I need to put a pound for pound list out too.
Yeah,
Let's.
yeah. Put it out, yo. Put your logo on it and put that shit out.
Hey, I'm waiting for one fight before I put it out, bro. I ain't
Oh,
gonna lie
okay,
to you.
okay,
I'm waiting
okay. That's
for
cool.
one fight.
No, I ain't mad at that. I even thought about this. We have 11 unified champions in the sport of boxing.
Hmm.
Um, you can arguably put those guys on there and keep Crawford on there. You know what I'm saying? You can do it like that. I seen people do it different way. I seen people just do it by skills. I see
Yep.
Boot as high as number 5. There's nothing wrong with that. My thing would be more so I would still stick to what they done in the sport, who I feel is the best, the fighters in the sport. So if it's a heavyweight that I feel like the best, I'm putting them on there. I like the top 10 best fighters. I think these guys is along those lines. I mean, Lomachenko putting them up there. Maybe you can put Castano, the winner between Castano Charlo. Those guys like Charlo should be on there. The 154 Charlo should definitely be on there. That's
Right.
one that I think he can take that spot. I would put Chocolatito in there before Estrada. I thought Chocolatito beat Estrada.
I thought he did too. I thought he
So,
won that fight too.
but it like I said, it's so subjective, and anybody can do a list. I mean, it's all good, man. And if it creates controversy, I guess it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
nobody should be. It shouldn't say, well, he don't know what the hell he talking about. His boxing knowledge is trash, man. That's how that guy feel. If he want to have a pound for pound list with Maris Breeders on that shit, he can have it. It don't matter. Whoever, bro. Some people got Triple G on their pound for pound list.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
it is what it is.
hey, man, some people got Tank Davis as the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. So
You know what I'm saying? If you can explain it, but some of the shit don't. I mean, people can explain it. It's all good, but you still don't have to agree with it. I don't think
right,
Tank
right,
pound number one. I think Tank one of the best fighters, most exciting fighters in the sport of boxing. He still needs those fights to validate that. But we're gonna
right.
see. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see. But it's cool. Let me see. Oh, Dylan White. We talked about that already. Tyson Fury. So yeah, I just dropped whatever news, boxing news on my Instagram. This one right here, what I'm saying, got it probably went under the radar. I may have been the only. I probably started this shit. I ain't gonna lie, because I be in the rankings all the time like that. But I know Keith Thurman. He said he want the champions, and I like Keith though. Like far as what he brings to the table in the welterweight division, being able to sell a fight, he can box. You know what I'm saying? He just been out the ring for so long. He came back in February. Now he came in number 4 in the new WBO rankings. Now, as a fan, I don't want to see him fighting Bud right now. I want to see Bud and Spence. But if looking at the business, I can see the PBC want to. Okay, let's put Bud and Thurman on a pay per view in the summer. Let's see how he do. So he can. So when he go to the negotiation table, even though he's with Al, he's with the PBC. Maybe he can have another bargaining chip. You know how that shit work. But we'll see though.
Yeah, nah. My thing is, I don't know who Thurman fights right now. Should he fight a Stan Leonis? I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think he'll fight Boots. He not gonna get Bud. You know what I'm saying? So who does he fight right now?
I I heard some names. I heard Quantatilo for Boot. I mean, excuse me, for Keith. I would do Cody Crawley. My man, first vlog in the building. What's good, bro?
Yeah, Cody Crowley, that would be a good fight.
I would do Cody Crawley. I would do him.
I think he'll beat Cody Crowley though.
Yep. But that's a good fight because Cody Crawley he been looking good his last couple of fights. We just seen him on pay per view. So some boxing fans got his name. We got his fight and his name in our memory right now. And
Hey man, go fight Conor Ben, man. That's
yeah,
what I look.
I'm with it.
Go fight Conor Ben.
I'm with that. I'm with it.
And Conor Ben he looked real good his last fight.
I,
Even
I,
though
I thought so too. I like Conor Ben because um, Conor Ben brings like he brings that aura like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't care. Like he about his shit. I like that though. He might not be
yeah,
the best prospect or welterweight, whatever. That's cool. He can get there. I like how he moving. I like that he's dedicated to the sport. I like that he don't take no shit. He
mhm.
come to get you. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
I'm with you. I'm not a huge Conor Ben fan as far as the way he fights. I like his attitude. And like you said, he's dedicated to the sport, man. The one thing I really, man, stop fighting these old guys, man. Let these old guys go. And I know he was talking about fighting. Oh man, what's my boy name in the UK? Kell Brook.
yeah.
Man, I don't want to see you fight Kell Brook, bro. I don't want to see that. I want to see you in with some of these younger names, some of these, and I know there's the business of boxing, and then there's what the fans wants to see, right?
Hmm.
And so I understand that piece of it. It's just, man, I think this dude. I want to see if he the real goods, man. Like I don't want to. If he fight Cody Crowley, I'll be happy with that. Um, just get in there with somebody who's active in the sport, who is in the weight class solidly, and somebody who's looking to contend, and show me what you really got. That's kind of how I look at it.
Oh no, I agree with that. You know, so I think these opponents, his last couple opponents, he can't have them more like that. I like a David Avenesian fight for him. I think,
Avenesian a good
yeah,
fighter. Go ahead.
yeah, Avenesian, yeah, he's number two in the WBC. Kind of Ben is like 4 or 5, so maybe they can do that a title eliminator. It makes sense. Um,
Yeah,
so we'll see, but I think it's definitely. I think this next fight gotta be a big name. It gotta be a name. It don't have to be a big name, but it have to be a name that boxing fans were like, okay, okay, that guy right there is doing something in the welterweight division. Even like Mo Hooker. Mo Hooker, my guy, I like him, but I don't want to see him fight Mo Hooker. He might be on the same level as those guys he been fighting. You feel me?
right, right.
So
Maurice Hooker, man, and even the thing was, Eddie Hearn. I was listening. I think he said he was trying to make the AB fight for him, and just to get him over in the states and that type of thing. And I'm like, man, I don't even know if I want to see Conor Ben against AB, bro. I'm not sure I really want to see that either, because
nah,
I don't know. I just don't know what AB bringing back to the ring. I ain't seen him in so long. But
nah, I don't want to see that either.
yeah, give me one of those good contenders. Put him in an elimination fight, and then get him prepared to fight the Boots and the Stanley Onis and all those guys. You know what I'm saying, for a belt. Get him in
Yeah.
position for that, and give him the opportunity, man. What is it? He 26?
O'Connor Ben.
Yeah,
I think so. 25,
yes.
26. Yeah, he
He
like
he
that.
he he, he right there going into his prime, man. Go on and start setting him up for the big fights.
Yeah,
Stop holding the dude back. Let him get some experience out here.
I'm with that. This right here, Jesus Ramos, one of the hottest prospects in the sport of boxing. He's coming back on the Tank Davis undercard. Uh, he's gonna face Lucas San Maria. That's the same guy who beat his uncle Abel on the
Yeah.
kickboxing undercard. So he's gonna try to get some
Um,
payback. Hmm.
hey man, Abel Rumble, that man can fight, bro.
Yeah,
And he looks huge when I know his last fight I was watching him. I'm like, man, this dude, he looks big, and the guy he was fighting, can't remember his name, but he could take a punch.
hmm,
He could take multiple punches. The problem was, man, Ramos was just start catching him too many times, and the man, he carries power very well for his age. What is he, 19? I think he's 19.
I think he's 20 now. I
Oh, is
want
he
to say
20?
20. But he probably was 19 when he fought the guy. So yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
So he carries power very well for his age. I possibly could see this dude fighting maybe at 175 one day, bro. I
He
don't
rem-
know that yet, but go ahead.
Now I was gonna say he reminds me of Zerto Ramirez while you speaking on 175. He kind of got that type of style. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I love Zerto. So yeah, nah, man. I think he's gonna be the next thing, man. I think he's definitely the up and coming youngster. I look at him kind of look how I look at Xander Zayav, you know what I'm saying? So or Xander Zayas, whatever his name is. But man, I think this dude is coming. And I like him a lot. I like him to win this fight.
Yes, sir. I got Boxing First vlog in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you.
Oh, mic
Salute
check, my guy. You can hear me good?
Yeah, I can
you in
hear
the
you.
building. Salute, my
That's
brother.
what's up. What's good, fellas? What's good, man? I'm enjoying the conversation. Just wanted to get in and shoot my 1-2 with you.
Oh yeah, all day. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Man, we talking Abel Ramos, that's my neck of the woods. And it's interesting that we in this sort of realm right now in boxing, we getting a lot of these revenge matches because we got the WBA super middleweight, former super middleweight champ going up against a guy that beat his brother like a year or so ago. So it's just interesting how that's kind of picking up steam in boxing right now, these revenge fights.
Yeah, it's good for the storyline. You know what I'm saying? You talking about shooting off the
Yeah, shooting off. Yeah, the
okay,
shooting off
okay.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's good for the storyline. You know what I'm saying? You want to get that payback for your brother, like Klitschko used to do for his little brother. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Went back and got Corey Sanders. You know what I'm saying? Went back and he got somebody else too, Ross Purdy, and he
Yeah,
actually,
Purity was Purity. Yeah.
and you can say he went back and got Samuel Peter because the first fight Samuel Peter had blood all over the place. Then the talent came out of retirement and stopped him in 8 rounds. So yeah, I'm with it. I like the storyline though. If you're gonna go do it, go do it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Because you got to add something to get a fight some steam sometimes. And if it's a natural scenario, like, you fighting somebody that fought a family member, that just adds to the fight steam.
Yep,
Hey,
for sure.
what's your thoughts on that on the boy Paul Butler getting the victory over Sultan?
I thought he boxed well. He was smart. He didn't stay there and try to trade. He boxed him well. He actually was
He
letting
looked
his hands
stronger
go.
too. He
He
looked stronger than Sultan. I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, old boy was supposed to have been ready. It wasn't
Yeah.
like he was a true last minute fill-in because
Nope.
he was on the back burner all the while that we had the out of the ring scenario with Casemiro. You know what I mean? So he was definitely fight ready. So it wasn't no advantage that I thought Butler had. I just thought Butler was crisp, fought more crisp,
Yeah.
and obviously he was hitting harder because I mean, then none of the judges give old boy too many rounds. I think one of the judges maybe gave him about 4 or 5 rounds. So I mean, he had a few moments in the fight that I can remember, but nothing where as though he had any sustained steam, whereas though he was taking round after round after round sort of thing. So I mean, it was a good fight, but he technically interim. So with Pro Bellum supposedly getting ready to drop Sultan, I mean not Sultan, get ready to drop Casemiro. Y'all think he gonna he gonna get the full championship now?
Yeah, I think so. I think he will because Casemiro been messing up. He can't get right now. So it makes sense to get your. They want to get sanction fees as well. So you got to keep your shit moving. So I can see him trying to contend for the undisputed between Donaire versus Anyway, or just make a title defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I love to see Rashid Warren get an opportunity.
I dropped a little video early and I brought up a couple names. I like a Jason Maloney sort of fight. You know what I mean? That good international fighter. Bring some steam. Got top rank behind him, and also the other Filipino cat, Mike Palena.
Yeah,
They both to me in a running for that because I think they both got some decent rankings with the WBO.
I think Mike Plania he moved up to 22 though. He supposed to fight Raees Salim. So I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm not sure, but yeah, if he can make 18, then yeah, I'm with that fight for sure.
yeah. I mean, he had since was the Greer fight 118?
Yeah, but I think that was more. It was supposed to be in 118, but you know the bubble situation. I think the it was like a catch weight 120, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
yeah. They did have some catch weights during that time based on trainer restrictions. So you could
Yep.
be right on that one.
So yeah, it was some good shit, good stuff. Did you what you think about this? We talked about this before. Well, he said switching. Like, okay, no doubt, bro. I'm with you. What you think about this weekend's fights coming up? Uh, first block.
Man, I'm stuck on Shakur Stevenson and obviously Valdez. And we got the ladies trying to make history as far as getting a true undisputed on that side of the fence. But I mean, Valdez, man, I'm real interested to see if he gonna look better than he did against Cansisio.
Right.
I hope I said that right. But yeah, he looked terrible, bro. And to me, it wasn't physical. Because they were talking about the dietary thing and whoopty whoop and them failing and all of that. I don't think he looked bad physically. I think it was a mental thing. And to me, that's the biggest part of the fight. I don't know if he can overcome. Because look, they have a rivalry. They've been calling out each other for the past 3-4 years. So you know what I mean? And then you having a quote unquote loss because the fans think you lost. So obviously I think he lost too. Because he kind of said it in the when they did the ring, the Top Rank did the little fight preview thing. You know how they do that fight camp sort of thing. And he was talking about how psychologically he had to take a step back from the game and kind of reboot because of, everybody doubting him and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, bro, that wasn't that long ago. It wasn't like that was 3 to 4 fights ago, bro. That just happened. So you're still in that same realm of psychological, just down on yourself, people down on you. So you're still battling that, and you got to battle. To me, as a dude that's got to be in the pound for pound conversation. If you ain't putting him in the middle, you got to at least put him on the back end of that top 10 scenario, pound for pound, and that's your Shakur Stevenson. So that's obviously the big fight to me. I still got to do my homework and check that undercard, but right off top, those just my thoughts on that one.
Oh, no doubt.
Hey, let me ask. Go ahead.
No, you good, bro. Go ahead.
Let me ask. So I got Shakur winning this fight. What is Valdez? And I know coming forward, I got that. I know he got to come forward. He's gonna have to pressure him. My thing is like if he's unable to be as effective as he needs to coming forward immediately, do you see a chance that Valdez will pick certain times he'll try to outbox Shakur, or what else will he be able to do besides being that ultimate pressure fighter?
See, that's a good.
To me,
that's a
bro,
good thing.
I see it a little different. I think Valdez is definitely going to be kind of similar to what we saw from Burchell. Some counter punching, trying to use angles, and be not in a trade scenario, because I definitely don't believe he's stronger than Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? Kind of the younger fighter. They both in the same realm as far as age. You know what I mean? Valdez like 30, Shakur like 25, so they ain't too far apart. But I think the younger guy obviously going to be the stronger guy. So I don't really see Valdez pressuring. If he tries that, he going to be in trouble, because Shakur Stevenson's not taking a step back in my estimation. So Valdez's best point to me is to box, be patient, you know what I mean, and try to look for some openings, and if anything, create some openings. But you dealing with a young, sharp guy, bro. I just don't. I don't see he got a chance in this fight. Coming forward, going backwards. You know what I'm saying? Unless Shakur makes a mistake based on being over aggressive. But he wasn't over aggressive when he knew he had Herring in trouble. He took his time. As soon as he got Herring in trouble, he put the foot on the gas. I think he's gonna have the same mindset for Valdez. Patience, look for your shots. You know what I mean? Kind of read the guy and not like tee off on some, I can't stand this guy. I've been waiting forever to get in the ring, and I'm just gonna let my balls, hang out and go for the kill in the first 30 seconds. I don't think we're gonna see that. Shakur is probably one of the top IQ guys in the game right now as far as boxing, in my estimation. But not that what you said wasn't a factor, can't be a way that he's going to try to approach the fight. I just kind of see it from a different angle. But again, if anything he could do, bro, is just stay out of danger and just try to pick shots, land things clean. But go ahead, Dub, man. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
No, you good, bro. I was saying like he can try to counter the counter puncher, but you're gonna have to stay in range for that, and that's gonna be a problem because Shakur is excellent at the range. So he's gonna have a tough time. I actually think Shakur is a better come forward fighter. He's probably looking like, what you talking about? Because Shakur is better. He's still defensively sound. Valdez come forward and get hit. So if that's a tactic he's going to display, then he's gonna have to get the defense on point. He definitely got to start going to the body. You know what I'm saying? He got to make sure he invests in the body whenever he can. the little tie up. Just give a little shot to the body and just let him know you still there. But is he gonna try to counter punch the counter punch? I don't know, because Shakur make you wait all night. He don't give you
exactly.
so it's gonna be it's a tough. I really don't. This like the one of the only fights I see with two champions going on, but I really don't see the other champion how he gonna win unless he clutch him with a left hook, and that's like few and far between. Because you ask him to do something to a guy that don't allow that to happen. He shut that shit down. He's okay winning a boring tactical fight, and he good with that. He ain't gonna try to let me get my shit back. So it's gonna be a tough fight, man. He got to be in range to counterpunch with Shakur. I will say that when Shakur has some little moments, he's gonna have to attack him. I know in the fifth round against Jamel Herring was pushing the issue. He actually won that round because he was being more aggressive and he was actually making Shakur work in that round. Let's see if Valdez can be able to do that. If he can't, he gonna get stopped. If Shakur pushing him back all night, it's no way he's gonna win. Because he gonna be able to counter him. He's not gonna be able to touch him. He's just gonna be on the back foot all night, and Shakur just gonna be stab jabbing, throwing straight right hands. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna fight when he want to fight, and then he's gonna make Valdez frustrated. That's what I see.
The only way Valdez can win, in my estimation, is put that high guard on, come forward, get in Shakur's chest, make it an inside fight as much as you can. Bang away at the body, the hips, the arms, just hit them where you can hit them at with what you got, and try to wear them down, because like you said, if you try to box, you're gonna get picked apart because you're gonna be in range. I don't know, man. I don't see many ways. Yeah,
it's hard, bro.
Bro, I gotta agree with you for this one reason. We ain't really seen Shakur in a dogfight like that. So that's one thing I gotta go back and kind of reanalyze my statement and say you do got a point with that coming forward scenario and making it a dogfight. Because honestly, we've seen Shakur just look like a master boxer in there and a power puncher at times. So we haven't seen him tested, catch a nasty shot. How does he react? Like we seen Spence react well off of kind of getting rocked a little bit. So we definitely need to see that from Shakur Stevenson, and then now that's about the way he gonna have to go, Valdez, to kind of give himself a real opportunity at a win.
Yeah, but that's gonna be dangerous because his defense not that good. He bends
exactly.
He bends down over his front foot right in front of Shakur. That's an uppercut waiting to happen. And you don't want to. Shakur, he's not a big time puncher, but he's a sharp puncher. You know what I'm saying? He's accurate, and he don't really exert a lot of energy. So if you're gonna pick up your feet and walk, kind of cut the ring off on Shakur and make him work, you're gonna have a long night if that shit ain't working. If you gonna get hit by that shit, like you're gonna have a long night. Like, and he bruised up easy. Man, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
and you right, Dub, because if you look at it, that style actually is taxing on the fighter trying to do it. So his energy level, we got to look at that. We got to look at that Reynoso pack, man. We got to find out the ingredients for this fight, baby.
And the other thing though is like you said, Shakur, even though he can use lateral movement to his advantage easily, he doesn't move a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's mastered that half step that keeps him in range and you out of range.
Yep.
And man, I just it was funny. I was talking to I was on a different panel about this, and one of the dudes was like, man, y'all just talking about Valdez like he just pathetic and this. I'm like, nah, Valdez is a hell of a fighter. It's just I break down to me how he can win the fight. I don't see the road to victory for him without him just making it a pure dog fight the entire night. I'm pit bull cruising, trying to throw you up against the ropes if I'm Valdez against Shakur. And the other thing is, I think Shakur technically is a little bigger than Valdez.
Yeah.
And younger. Yep. So you got that on your side. Age and size. It's a puzzle. Hey, let me throw these numbers out there at y'all. Shakur minus 500. Minus 500. Do you think that should be bigger? Based on how we talking, it seems like he should be closer to -8, -1,000. Like to me, he's that much of a favorite, but those numbers, I don't think that's fair to him and what he's already done in the ring at this age. And I don't know, bro. They got it minus 500 for Shakur, so that obviously you got drop 500 to win 100, and then you got plus. I think I saw 325 or 385. Either one of those numbers were in that realm for Valdez, which ain't bad if you're an underdog guy and you actually think he has a chance. That's not bad for dropping a C note on, but that minus 500 for the way we're talking. So who's analyzing the fight where this dude is not that much of a heavy favorite? We seen heavy favorites up to 5,000, minus 5,000 to 1. So like, come on now. Like I think that's a little bit disrespectful.
I think two reasons. Maybe it's because of the Eddie Reynoso and the Canelo link. Maybe they saying, okay, he's with those guys, so maybe they got something up their sleeve. And another thing, they may be looking at that Burchett fight. They probably look at his last fight as an aberration. Like that shit won't end, nothing happened. That was a mirage right there. So he's gonna be back more to the Burchett fight. But if they thinking like that, which I'm not sure, then they totally off because Burchett is a come forward fighter with no head movement and like the punch on long distance. So it's easy for you to counter that. It's easy for you to counter that. Exactly. So it's a difference from fighting. So I think it should be probably maybe what minus what is it plus one plus 750. Should be a little bit higher than that.
It's minus. It's minus for the favorite. So, but it's minus 575. I was thinking. I was thinking closer to where you at 750, 850, even push it to 1,000 because this is that guy. Like he's this generation's Floyd Mayweather. So, I like they did with Floyd, they underrated him a lot. Whoop-de-whoop. I'm pretty sure his numbers look similar to this at this point in his career too. But I think it's just a little bit disrespectful by the odds makers. But I ain't no professional.
I got another thing to think about: how the judges score these fights. Now, is Valdez going to be active enough to let his hands go to kind of take a round or two? Because that could be a strategy as well. If you got a guy that's real patient and he only giving you a little bit of time, you hit that 10-second clapper, then you let off a 5-punch combination and put your hand up, and that might give you that round. So that's something to look at too. It's a lot of phases of this shit when you got to think about because he probably Valdez know what time it is. Because he know what
what, Dub? You mentioned that right there, and that makes me think. I would like to go back. You remember the Haney Linares joint? You remember when Linares clipped him right at the end of that round? That's an interesting thought to see. Like, go back and double check and see if they gave Linares that round for that damage.
And they was in Vegas too. I was at that fight. He was doing it every round, but that round he actually clipped him, so it kind of paid off. But the other rounds he was doing it, he was getting all boxed for 245. Then he'll throw a 6-punch combination, and then he'll think he did something. But yeah, I'm telling you, that could be a strategy. When you all gun, you got to be tricky in that fight. You got to be tricky in the rounds. You got to do little subtle stuff. You got to try to win these rounds, especially if Shakur throwing 25 punches a round, 20 punches a round, and you can get your numbers up to 50, even though you probably land in single figures, you may get the round. You feel me? It's just how people want to fight, bro.
Activity.
Yep. Salute to you, Mr. Salute. Go ahead, bro.
And I was gonna say, if you go back and watch that Devin round, Devin had beat the shit out of him the entire round. You know what I'm saying? Until he got clipped.
Yep.
And so, winning round. But I just with Shakur versus, even if Oscar go in there and just let his hands go, he gonna get caught so many times. It's gonna after a while he gonna stop letting his hands. He gonna put his. I don't think he gonna put his hands in his pockets because the man broke. He done fought with a broken jaw, but. I don't know. I just don't like it for him, man. I just can't see, like I said, a path to victory for him in that fight.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm with you for sure.
What else on that card stand out to you on the Stevenson Valdez card? Which other fight standing out to you?
You got Keyshawn Davis. He's gonna face a tall Mexican. I think he's like 6 foot. Esteban Sanchez. I think that's just we're just gonna see. If he can start to step up in that 135 division. So I want to see him. Andres Cortez he's on the card. You got what's my man's name? Raymond Muataya. He's about to face Jeremy Hill. I think Jeremy Hill from New Orleans, I believe. That's a decent fight, but Other than that, it's a bunch of prospects. You got Troy Isley on the card. You got some other prospects too. So it ain't better than the zone card that same night. The Katie Taylor Man Serrano card. That card is I think is deeper.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a little bit, do some homework as the week starts and start looking at some of these undercards and maybe drop a video or two on it. But yeah, them the youngsters for Top Rank, they got some nice ones. I like Isley. I'm definitely liking Davis. So what I mean, it's just like a dude like Davis. He got to rush the lightweight sort of scenario if they're gonna make a real play or splash in this lightweight division because he a big dude, bro. He's not gonna be able to keep cutting that weight for the next year and a half or so, trying to speed or fast track him and get him into a major fight before he grows out of the division. So that's an interesting scenario to see how they're gonna play him towards the future.
Yes, sir. I do salute to Knockout Boxing 86 TV in the building. Abdullah Mason, that's another one. The young kid from Cleveland, Southpaw, tall. He's on the card in the zone. The zone got 2 undisputed fights on the card. Yeah, I'm telling you, the zone got the better card, but both cards is fire because it's a lot of implications. 2 big fights, and we're not gonna bump heads either. We're not gonna bump heads with the cards. So let me break this down real quick. So the zone card is gonna start 1:30 p.m. on the East Coast. Let me do East Coast time. Let me make sure I get it right. It's gonna start 4:30 p.m. East Coast time. So the prelims. The main card for the zone is gonna start at 7 p.m. East Coast. Then the top rank card is gonna start. The prelim is gonna start at 7 o'clock East Coast, and then the main card with Shakur and Keyshawn Davis and Ali Wash. She's on the card too. That's gonna start 10 o'clock on the East Coast. So the main events: Amanda Serrano, Kay Taylor, and Shakur and Valdez is not gonna bump heads. So yeah, that's dope right there to me because one gonna start earlier because I know Kay Taylor got the Irish fan base, so they probably doing it for that. And for us boxing fans, we don't gotta really go flip flopping and stuff like that because pretty much I like watching the young fighters as well. I'm gonna watch all that shit, right? But we pretty much know what's gonna pop off, and we can always go back and rewind. But the biggest fights is not gonna be on the same time, so that's the main thing for us boxing fans. So yeah. That's good.
Yeah, we saw what happened when Dazan went up against the UFC, and I think they caused Kovalev that night. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I think that had a big factor to how Kovalev his output was. So them trying to balance their card along with that big UFC card that night, it wasn't good for us fans or the sport. So hopefully the timing is right when you get these big cards on the same day. The way Dub just broke it down for us. So
Yeah. There's some good fights. That the zone card pretty interesting though, because they got the gold medalist Ufai on that card. This is second fight, and he already won a WBC international title, and he's facing a good fight. This is gonna be a tough fight for him, but I like him though. I like watching the gold medalist fight. You know what I'm saying? Like how they transition to the pro game. Khalil Cole, he's on that card. That's another good prospect. Um, he had some ups and downs in his career so far, missing weight and having bad performances. He looked good in his last performance in Arizona, so hopefully he can maintain that. And then what's the other kid? Bashar Maddy on that card. So yeah, they got a couple of female fights. Like I said, Frenchon Cruz versus Elin Serdarus. That fight is getting slept on. It's gonna be a good fight, man. It's gonna be a good fight. I know we talking about Kay Taylor and Amanda, but that fight right there, that's undisputed as well. And both ladies, their style match up real well. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. So it's a
that's
good
what's up.
weekend.
Dub, man, I appreciate you letting me come in and top in with you fellas, man. It was a good chop, bro. But I'm at work, so let me slide out this side though, get back to this money.
Yes, sir. All right, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Anytime.
All right, fam. I'll let y'all later.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right, bro.
He said any good tape. Well, let me see, get this. He said any good tape on Esteban Sanchez. Man, I ain't seen. I seen a little bit of him. I know he's tall. He's tall, rangy type of guy, but I ain't seen too much on him. As I gotta do my research too. So yeah, yes, sir. So, bro, what you think about any other fights you want to talk about? Anything, bro? What you think? What you got on your mind?
Hey, I wanted your opinion, man, on the May 21st. Damn, Boo Boo versus Parker.
I like that fight, man. Of course, Andre moving up to 168. I think that's gonna be an adjustment for him. Maybe it'll help him out because I know he had some tough weight cuts for one of his. I forgot which fight it was, but he had a tough weight cut at 160. So maybe this gonna help him out. But Zach Parker is a switch hitter, good puncher though. He's strong, like the dig to the body as well. I think it's gonna be a typical Andre fight, but this time I don't think he's gonna get like no knockdowns. I think he's gonna dominate early and maybe how he do down the stretch. We'll see if we can
Yeah.
maintain it and stop him. But I think Andre wins. You know,
Hey man,
basically. Oh, go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say I like Andre to win the fight, but man, when I watch, I like Zach Parker. I like the way he fights. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Yep.
he seemed like he's very heavy handed when he's throwing. Like you say, he switch hits and I don't know, man. He can fight, bro. Like I've seen him fight before, and then I kind of went and was looking at some tape on him. I was like, man, this dude, he a better fighter than I originally. Like I thought, I knew he was good, but I think he's better than I originally thought he was. I got Boo Boo winning the fight. I worry though because, like you said, later on through the fight, man, Boo Boo he can get I ain't gonna say tired, but I don't know. Maybe he's more fatigued than he was,
Yeah.
and
I got
you
you.
know you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So and the way that Parker worked the body, I think Boo Boo gonna have to be on that bike early in the fight,
Mhm.
making sure he's staying away from really exchanging. But I think he'll win the fight. I do think he'll win. It's just I think it's gonna be a closer fight than I originally thought it would be. I thought it'd be pretty much a wash when I
Mhm.
first heard it when I first heard it announced. But I think it's gonna be a much closer fight than I thought it was gonna be.
Mhm. My man Jonah Wash in the building. Salute to you. He said any news on Santa Cruz Wood purse bid. No, they still in negotiation. They got 30 days free negotiation, and then after that they're gonna do that. So we'll see what they come up with. You got PBC and Matchroom, so they normally not on the best of terms. So we're gonna see, and that's gonna move. That's a big domino effect at 126 because if Santa Cruz decide to go a different direction, then Lee Wood gonna be the full WA champion. So there's no more regular and all that other stuff. And so that'd be a good thing. But if Leo decide to do it and take the fight, that's a dangerous fight. And I think that's another type of fight of the year contender. And we can get the same thing we got against Colin. So we're gonna see. PGA's big dog in the building. Salute to you, bro. Nick Hammer in the building. He said Parker strong, basic, big hitter. Andre should outpoint him. So he right on line with us. You know what I'm saying? He said Boo Boo is fading down the street. Yeah, he be fading. Yeah, for sure. Yep. I kind of like the fight, but we're gonna see. It's a different type of opponent for him. This one is a big. He's a big super middleweight. Like he big. That day we got Benavidez and Lemieux as well. So and we got Janabek versus Diggum. You know what I'm saying? So we got and all three fights got some type of correlation to each other because Benavidez is fighting for an interim title, WBC. Andre fighting for the interim WO. Zanderbeck fighting for the interim WO at 160. So he got to wait to see what Andre do. And then we heard talks about Benavidez and Andre fighting each other. Maybe it'd be an undisputed unification at the time if Canelo vacate the belts at 168. So that day right there got a lot of implications. Plus, Jamel Herring is coming back, and
Man, man, Canelo holding up the whole 68 division, bro.
yeah,
Go on and vacate, man. You're not fighting there no time soon. So go on and vacate. And man, it's gonna be interesting though. Like you said, hey, let me ask: do you think Janabek or Boo Boo or Janabek being Boo Boo's mandatory? You think that had anything to do with him wanting to go ahead and move up?
I think it did in a sense because that Janbek don't have a big name, and he probably wouldn't have got the bag. And I also think too, I think this is he got. I think this last fight with Matchroom was either his last fight or this fight. So
Yeah,
maybe
it
that's the
is. I
reason
think it's
too.
this fight.
Okay, so they had to bid on the fight so they could keep the contract binding. So, yeah, I think that's probably what it was. They probably like, man, we don't want we for his last fight, we're gonna take Janovic on the zone. You know what I'm saying? Now we looking at that like, yo, he ducking because that's a tough style matchup. We see it as boxing fans, but you know how this business be working.
Yeah, the business is totally different. Nah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
He said Wood should have been elevated. I can't see Leo. I can see Leo coming back because you know what? He got a big fight on that side for him. The winner between Maxeo versus Ray Vargas, July the 9th. And that's a good fight. That's a big fight too. That's a fight they're probably looking to do. So and I already heard them talking about him and Maxeo. So maybe he do take the Lee Wood fight. We're gonna see though. Or maybe he just vacate and then fight Maxeo, the winner of that fight anyway. But we're gonna see. Oh yeah. Good looking, bro. Jonah Watch. Appreciate that. But Waxy versus Richards, May 21st. Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a day. A hell of a day. You know what I'm saying? They got Chantel Cameron on the card. Uh, Alan Babbage is on the card. And some more prospects. So yeah, appreciate that. He said Wood versus Santa Cruz will be action packed. Yeah, it will. It'll be a good fight for sure. He said, "How long can Canelo hold up the belts? This is crazy. They're gonna be that Boo Boo can't fight for a belt." Yeah. I mean, that's how. I mean, money talks. We all know what it is. I would say after this year, they're gonna start making decisions on it. Especially if he beat Bivol, then he beat. He becomes a light heavyweight champion again. Then I think they're gonna start making decisions. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this year, and then those guys can start fighting for it. He said Tank versus Herring end of the year if Tank can't get a bigger name. Um, I don't think so. Politically, would that work? It may work. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense. I know Jamel Herring is coming back May 21st, and the opponent is supposed to be Jamaine Ortiz, the kid who just fought on Showbox. That's a tough fight. Like that Ortiz kid can fight. He can box and all that good shit. So, um, looking at it politically, I don't know. I think if Tank going to stay on that side or whatever on PBC, it might end up fighting Michelle Rivera. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fighting Jamel Herring. That's what I see, but who knows? He said this is a nice step up for Keyshawn, and he might have some problems. Yeah, with the height and length, but I think Keyshawn is a special talent. I think he'll figure that out. He said, "Cheers." Oh yeah, no doubt, bro. Salute to you, bro. Yes, sir. It's all good. So yeah, man, it's a lot. Hey, boxing is crazy, right? There's a lot of stuff popping off. There's a lot of good fights coming up. So I can't wait for it. April already been crazy. You know what I'm saying? With Spence coming back, even Fury last night, Fundora versus Lubin. I might have to do a recap video of April because next this weekend gonna be crazy coming up. So yes, sir. We had Savannah Marshall with that highlight reel knockout. So hopefully we get her and Carissa in the summertime. Uh, yeah, the back and forth between the fan bases. You already know what time it is with that. So yeah, I'm with it. He said May gonna be lit. Yeah, May gonna be good too. June gonna be good too. You know what I'm saying? It's all of it is just popping right now. What you got, bro?
I said, what did you think of the Fury Whyte fight last night?
I thought Fury looked good. I thought he boxed well. Um, Dylan White seems like he wasn't as aggressive as he normally is. I thought Fury shut down that left hook when he started to hold him and clinch him a little bit. And I thought that the uppercut at the end of the fight, that shit was nice. He landed a jab, and I thought White probably thought another jab was coming, but he threw an uppercut straight down the pipe, which is his kryptonite, and it was over. So I mean, I like the performance. Real talk.
Yeah. I thought, I don't know. I expected it. It was everything I expected, man. Dylan White just isn't that good to me. I don't know what it is. He's not that good. So it was what I expected, but I wish it would have been a little tougher fight. You think Fury retiring?
Man, say I don't know, man. I can't really put no gauge on him. He's so unpredictable. If he gonna retire,
Yeah,
go ahead and get up out of here so we can get more stuff and maybe we can get undisputed. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
we're gonna see. Um, like I said, if he does retire, I think it's a good chance for the Parker Joe Joyce fight to be for the vacant WBC. I know Wilder is number one, but I don't think he's coming back, bro. Like real talk. If he,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
I get the
I don't
feeling
think he's coming back either.
like when you start, even just what he said about going to Africa and doing that taking that medicine just to clear his mind. That right there tell me you need to go to the house. You know what I'm saying? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And I love Wilder for sure. Go support all his fighting shit. But you talking like that, I don't even think there's no need to for that.
Nah, I agree. I agree, man. And you know what? My thing is, Wilder, he didn't. What he got? He ain't got nothing else to prove in the game. You know what I'm saying? He was a great fighter. So
Not really.
yeah,
Yeah.
go on and do your thing, bro, and let these. Now you know I'm gonna tell you the heavyweight division. I want to see Herkovich, man. I want to see who they gonna match him with, man.
Herkovic is fighting on Canelo on the card. He's facing Zilli Zhang. IBF final.
Oh, the Chinese guy.
Yep. Yep.
And that dude big. That dude, he big as hell too.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be that's gonna be crazy to watch because both guys is big and slow.
Yeah. And look, two big slow that slug, man. I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, that's gonna be an interesting fight, though.
Yep. IBF final eliminator too. Be the mandatory. So yep. Canelo's on the card.
Yeah,
He said LW being kind. I expect the better from you guys. I thought Fury fought well. Dylan White though, I thought he'll be a little bit more. He'll bring a little bit more to the table. He said Dylan is woefully. Yeah, he was. I don't know what happened, man. You know what though? He did seem off to me when he got in the ring. I don't know if he was praying or whatever he was doing. He looked kind of off. Maybe the moment got to him, and I felt like the strategy was all wrong, bro. You need to go get Fury. He trying to box with him, and he came off
yeah.
soft. He came off softball. I was like, yo, Fury about to all box him. You know what I'm saying? 12 rounds. I wasn't expecting that uppercut down the pipe, but I'm not surprised because uppercuts always come straight down the pipe on him. So it is what it
I,
is.
I just didn't think he was gonna be hurt the way he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I thought I saw. I mean, I thought it was a good shot, but I didn't think he was gonna be wobbling around the ring like he did. But I mean, it was a good shot. It was a good shot.
He said, "How is Wilder #1 coming off back-to-back losses in 2 years? Surely they can't keep that open." I mean, probably the WBC just respecting him as a long-reigning champion. Maybe that's my only thing. I get your point too. I get your point, but we'll see. I get that point. Mike Biz boxing in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So yeah, I mean, I won't mad at the. I mean, I know those two guys. They ain't the favorites over here and stuff like that. We team Wilder and all that shit, but Fury is hard to beat, man. I'm watching that shit. I'm like, yo, who gonna beat this dude? You know what I'm saying? Wilder
Yeah.
couldn't do it, and Wilder got the biggest. He was the closest one, and I'm like, damn, who gonna beat him now?
Man, I don't. Hey man,
Yeah.
look. They were talking about putting Usyk in, him versus Usyk, and
Hmm.
I'm thinking, I'm like, man, this man way too big for Usyk, bro. Like Usyk is a cruiserweight coming up. Fury 6'9". He looked like he was last night. I know what he weighed in by 265, but he probably was 280 last night.
Hmm.
And I mean, all he gonna do is, yeah. I mean, Usyk he'll be able to move around here and there, but Fury started pumping that jab on him, and anytime you try to get on the inside, he grab you and lean on you, but you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. I don't know what you gonna. I don't know how you gonna win that fight.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
don't know.
either. He said, let me get to it. Hold on.
He too big.
He
He
too
just big
big,
as
bro.
hell.
He
Yeah,
big as
he
shit.
just too big.
He said, "Who's on Cambosa's handy undercard that been announced?" No, not yet, but I'm anticipating the Maloney brothers who just fought a couple weeks ago. They're gonna be on there. Um, I think that may be it as far as name recognition because they're gonna have probably a lot of Australian talent down there because that's a lot of money trying to fly an undercard fighter to fight on your undercard in Australia. You know what I'm saying? So they probably have a lot of local guys on the card. So I ain't expecting nothing crazy.
Yeah,
I ain't expecting nothing crazy. So
that's
D-Lo in the
hey,
building. What's salute to you,
that's the
D-Lo?
fight I'm excited about right there.
Oh yeah,
Cam
yeah,
Cam Cambosis Haney, baby.
yeah. That's gonna be a good one. I think. Looking at it, I think I went back and watched the Teofimo Lopez fight, and when he was pressuring, like my man don't know what to do when you pressure. The thing was, Teofimo was reckless with his pressure. He was trying to get Dula
Exactly.
out of there, and I put Haney in that situation where he can pressure and push him back and make him fight off the back foot and move. He ain't throwing a lot of punches when he getting pushed back. Cambosis, and he quick enough to counter you, but he ain't throwing a lot of punches. So Devin Haney can pressure smartly and be defensively responsible, and then take it to him when he get in the inside and stuff like that. So I would say a little tricks and stuff in that fight that I think Haney can use.
man, my thing is I think Tio really could have won that fight if he came in with any type of control. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If he was under any type of control, I think he would have won the fight. And I think that Devin Haney's a better. I think Tio is a stronger puncher, but I think Devin Haney's a better boxer. At some point in time, man, I think Devin he'll end up coming forward in the fight more than we expect him to. And like you said, if Mickey Bay was able to, and I know I hate to use this triangle theory, but if Mickey Bay was able to take you to a split decision, bro, I don't understand how you gonna beat Devin Haney, bro, with Mickey Bay. I just don't see it. And I think the skill set of Devin Haney, the reach of him, he's not. I think Kambosos is technically the taller fighter, but I don't know. Kambosos isn't a real big puncher. Devin Haney ain't a real big puncher, so I don't see nobody really getting knocked out. It's just when it comes down to boxing skills, I think Devin Haney's the better boxer.
Yeah, I'm in line with you. Oh yeah, I agree with you, bro. 100%. He said, "June keep heating up." Yeah. Hey, I got some more for you though, Mr. Mechanical. June 7th, you got Anyway versus Donaire Part 2. That's in the same.
Ooh.
That's in the same week. You got these two fights you got up here, Kambosos and Devin, and Cool Boy Steph and Ramon. That's June the 4th. June 7th, you got Anyway and Donaire. Then you got
on a Tuesday. Isn't that on a Tuesday?
I think so.
Yeah.
So.
And because I was asking them about, I was like, "Why is it on a Tuesday?" And she was like, "Over there, it doesn't matter, or because of the way certain things were lining up in Japan and all that kind of stuff." She was just saying this was the best day for it to be on. I was like, "It's a Tuesday,
right?
Nobody's gonna like." Hey, I don't know.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it, but I feel what you're saying though.
Well, I'm gonna have to figure out when to watch it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I have you covered.
Appreciate it.
Also in June 11th, you got Berlinga coming back. They're gonna have an all Puerto Rican card. Xander Zayas is gonna be on that card. You got John Bowser versus Josue Vargas on that card. Then you're gonna see a bunch of Puerto Ricans just running around fighting on that card. And then June 18th, we got a big unification. Berta Bia versus Joe Smith Jr. That's a good ass fight right there. That's a big fight for us. You know what I'm saying? Unification. One step closer to Undisputed, which us boxing fans always love. So, and then June 25th, pencil this in. It's supposed to be Savannah Marshall versus Carissa Shields, June 25th. But we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? That's the date I heard. I know the fight is pretty much done. They're just waiting on the date because you're gonna have some pay-per-views in the UK. You already got Joyce versus Parker. That's July the 2nd pay-per-view. Then you're likely gonna have Usyk and AJ July 23rd. So you got 2 weekends pay-per-views out the way. They're trying to put Carissa on pay-per-view over there with Savannah. So maybe it's June 25th. We're gonna see. So June is hot too, bro. June gonna be crazy.
Man, it seemed like we started the year off a little slow. And now, man, my goodness. We get fights. Yeah. Just think about it's gone Spence, Fury. You got Shakur Valdez coming up. So, man, you got so many fights. Like, you tell me a weekend to take off.
Shit. The only weekend you could have took off was April the 2nd when Savannah Marshall fought. That was because of Final Four. After that, shit been crazy.
It's been on fire.
He said, he got to pop that jab. Yeah, Dev got a hell of a jab. He can hook off that jab too. I like Devin on points if he travels well. That's a good point. Maybe he got to go over there at least
2 weeks early.
I say a month, bro.
I believe they only planning 2 weeks out to go. I believe.
I mean, that's okay. I would do a month if you can.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I think 2 weeks may be long enough. He said June 4th, Ogawa versus Cordina. Yeah, that's rumored as well. Yeah. They're supposed to be in Wales. You may have Terry Harper on that card versus Heather Hardy. They're gonna reschedule that. I know she's gonna be on that undercard.
You said Ogawa versus who?
Cordina. Cordina is he's a UK fighter, undefeated. He used to be an Olympian, real smooth. If you watch him, he kind of got a Jorge Linares vibe to him, real smooth. Oh
I'm
man,
just happy. I'm just happy Ogawa fighting the
I
man.
know.
I don't remember the last time he fought him.
He fought on he won the title on the Teofimo Lopez and Cambosa's undercard, but he don't fight a lot though. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that. He says I like Xander. He's going to have I think he's a good kid. Got good head on his shoulder. He like to work. He's in Australia right now with Cambosos. You know what I'm saying? Helping him get ready for Devin. So that's some hell of a work. You got a young, hungry guy in there with you. He says Ben Davison going to. Yeah, I think he will. I think he'll probably go out there when once they travel to Australia. I think he'll probably join the camp, but we'll see. Joe Cordina. Yeah, I like him, man. I like Joe Cordina. He's the Wales. What they call him? The Wales Wizard. The Wales Wizard. I like him, bro. That's one of my favorite UK fighters, Joe. I like him. He's smooth. I don't know. He gonna have a tough fight with Ogawa. We're gonna see if he can take some punches. But yeah, that's at 130. That's Shakur's division in my opinion. But we're gonna see. It's good to see him get a title. So yes, sir. Let me see. He said, yep, I seen that, bro. Appreciate you. He said Dalton Smith versus Akeem Ellis Brown. Yep, I seen that. Yep, yep. The West Wizard. Yep, yes, sir. For sure. It's a lot of good fights, man. And then we even talked about all the undercards too, because they ain't really been announced. I'm trying to see what the Tank Davis undercard gonna look like, but yeah, listen, I'm gonna put it out there, yo. You know what I'm saying? This is what I got, yo. We're gonna see if it's gonna come to fruition. But my man just dropped off. Salute to him though, if he come back. But for y'all still in here, salute to you guys coming through the building, dropping y'all comments and hitting the like button. I appreciate it. But for the Tank Davis undercard, with Rolly Romero. So it's two fights I heard. We're gonna see. I think one is basically done. You got Jesus Ramos versus Lucas San Maria. We touched on that earlier in the show. That's on the card. And then this one right here, yo. Look, don't shoot the messenger, yo. I'm just here to make sure everybody's tracking what's going on in the sport of boxing. Don't get mad at me. But I'm hearing, yeah, there you go. Laura versus Spike O'Sullivan. Yes, sir. Yep. Nope, you ain't tripping. Yep. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna say, I always look at the glass half full. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of boxing fan. So if Lara gonna come to the fight and gonna approach this the way he approached the Castano fight and the Jerry Hurd fight, then we're gonna have a good one. Spike always gonna come to fight, so it's cool. But I don't think Spike got nothing for him. And Lara, he's under at 160. His two fights at 160, he got two first round knockouts. One versus Ronald Ellis and then one versus Cornflake Lamana last year. So we're gonna see, man. That's just the silver lining. Maybe we get a exciting fight. It might not be competitive, but maybe it'd be exciting. So yeah, you heard that one too? Lara versus Spike O'Sullivan. You probably got that shit from me somewhere. That's all good. Hey, spread the message, bro. He said Joe took his name from the okay, Freddie West. Okay, bet. Yes, sir. So we're gonna see what else they put on that card. Yes, sir. So you got anything else, bro? I'm about to close it down, man. Feel free to put out anything you need to. It's all good.
Nah, man. I just much love and appreciation for showing love. Let me jump up on here and cook with you, and I always appreciate you keeping me locked in, bro.
Oh yeah, no doubt, bro. I appreciate you coming through the building. It's all good, man. Anytime. I know I started this just kind of on a whim, but it's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you see me on, anybody really, if y'all want to hop on, just say it. Just say, yo, let me get a link. You see how I sent it to my man first blog, and I don't mind sending anybody else. It's all good, bro.
All
For
right,
sure.
that's a bet, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, LW. Hey, you a gem in the sport, bro. You a gem in the sport.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, bro. No doubt. All right, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Before I close it out, man, I just want to talk some boxing and put out any information. I will be doing timestamps in my description box, so if you guys want to go back and check it out. Probably this last part, I just say we just, I don't know, chopped it up. I don't know. But yeah, I just want to make sure everybody is straight with the boxing news. Any clarification you guys need, y'all can always hit me up behind the scenes. It's scrolling across the bottom. Twitter at OverJ. Feel free to tap in. Instagram LDUBB Boxing. It's all good, bro. That's how we moving. For sure. My man said cheers, LDUBBs in the chat. Appreciate you, bro. He said, I definitely keep that in mind. Salute. Yeah, no doubt, bro. Great content. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, bro, for sure. Coming through. I appreciate that, Mr. Mechanical, for sure. Oh, hey, that June, hey, you started something with that June, bro. You had the wheels turning. But yeah, June gonna be crazy too. You know what I'm saying? Just like me. Teach said peace to you too, bro. Smash the like button. Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. So let me see. I think I got one more. Yeah, PDH big dog in the building, man. I appreciate you, bro. He said great news. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, bro. Peace to you. All right, once again, salute to everybody coming to the building. Thank you guys for tuning in. That's my time, and I'm out.